With each new season comes a set of brand new anime that either continue their former series with new seasons or spawn new anime that introduce us to some new characters. This year's fall seems to be a mixture of both. On one side, you've got some new anime that has some really interesting premises, and on the sequel side, you've got several popular anime arriving to their mind-blowing climaxes or finishing off with a climactic conclusion. To do this season justice, I decided to compile not just 10, but 20 of the best anime releasing this fall. Without any more wait, let's jump to the list. Number 20, Noblesse. In an era where Tower of God and God of High School is hitting the top charts, it's no surprise that studios are willing to adapt more anime that's sprung from webtoons. Noblesse is adapted from the South Korean manhwa and tells the story of a powerful noble named Cadis Etrama de Rizal. One day, he wakes up in an abandoned building without any memory at all, and he soon joins with his servant Frankenstein and several of his school friends on a journey to find out about his own past life. They also get tangled in other mysteries of the world along their search, and the manhwa later ties into a much larger plot using the mysteries in each arc. It is one of those interesting manhwa passed under the radar of many fans, and it has a story that can definitely keep you hooked through its entire season. Number 19. Moriarty the Patriot.
これはかの名探偵シャーロック・ホームズをすら翻弄した。
I know what hit your mind when you heard the word Moriarty. We're all Sherlock Holmes fans after all. Moriarty the Patriot tells the story of Holmes' favorite rival, showing his side of things and how he became the prodigy he was then. Similar to Holmes, he starts his own detective agency and helps others solve crimes that at first seems complex. If you are a fan of Sherlock Holmes, then without a doubt this series is for you. It is amazing how they created the character of Moriarty in a way to suit the tastes of both Sherlock Holmes fans and Western anime fans. The spotlight of the main character is changed, and get ready to see London in the eyes of the villain Arthur Conan Doyle created. 18. Our Last Crusade, or The Rise of a New World. If you want an anime similar to a great young adult fantasy book, then Our Last Crusade, or The Rise of a New World, is the anime you should be most excited for this fall. Yes, judging by the name itself you can tell it is adapted from a light novel, but it actually builds a credible fantasy world and creates some fascinating characters and builds tension through their opposite ideals. It is about a boy named Iska and a girl named Elise, who are in a world shattered by the war between two forces, the Empire and nebulous sovereignty. Iska's ambition is to fight and prevent the war, while Elise wants to destroy the Empire and unite the world under the banner of the nebulous sovereignty. The two clash with their ideals, forcing each other to acknowledge their own, and even if their brawls hurt, you can sure be hyped about their adventures. Number 17. Ikebukuro Westgate Park. Moriarty isn't the only mystery show this season. Coming early this fall, you've got Ikebukuro Westgate Park, a show that deals both with mystery and suspense. Ikebukuro is an anime about a 20-year-old teenager named Makoto who always gets involved in dangerous situations in the Ikebukuro city along with his friends Shun, Masa, and Takashi. It loosely follows the story arcs of the novel it is based on, with the show writers also adding their new twists and turns to it. Mystery fans will surely enjoy the series, as it delivers some of the best mystery in any anime. If you want some gang wars, mysteries, and some regular teenage hype, then give this one a go. Number 16. The Journey of Elena.
紛れ込んでいましたか。
Meanwhile, on the adventure anime corner, we've got the journey of Elena. If you want to follow the adventures of a cute white-haired witch, then add this one to the watch list without further wait. If you want the synopsis in a single sentence, there's a witch named Elena who had a long ambition to travel around the world, and in this anime series, she finally does that. Yes, it's that simple. The story is straightforward and, unlike most fantasy anime, doesn't involve wars and tragic character deaths in its premise. But the story can be really interesting because of its pacing. The world around Elena is shown through the story as she gets involved with different characters and their struggles. And as you move along in the anime, you can see how Elena develops as a character from all the adventures. Number 15. Assault Lily Bouquet. Anime is evolving from everything these days, and it won't be a surprise for you if I mention Assault Lily Bouquet sprang out from a famous toy line. It first evolved into a light novel series which was well received in Japan, and then Studio Shaft took matters into their own hands and decided to create an anime original series. It happens in a dystopian world where mankind is attacked by mysterious creatures known as Huge. To defend humanity from these creatures, they have introduced a technology that is a mix of magic and science known as Charm. Charm can only be operated by young girls, and the Gardens is a place that teaches these young girls how to use their weapons. The anime follows a group of girls who joins the Garden. If you want the plot in short, imagine Attack on Titan being adapted by Disney as a girls' show. Number 14. Iwakakera Sports Climbing Girls. We've got magical girls, girls in the gym doing bodybuilding, girls in competing for swimming competitions, so what are we missing? Sports climbing girls, of course. This anime follows Konomi Kazahara, who is good at puzzles and puzzle-related competitions. One day, she finds the sport climbing club of her school and becomes fascinated with the idea of climbing. She soon joins the club and meets some new faces, and together, they decide to excel in the sport. I know the premise won't be as compelling as many sports anime out there, but if you want some cute girls doing sports instead of lifting dumbbells, then add this anime to your watch list. Number 13. Adachi and Shimamura.
やっばい。ドキドキしてる。
Along every anime season comes a good slice of life show, and it can either be a simple adventure anime that hits your heart, or a love story that makes you remember why we all love anime. In this season, Adachi and Shimamura is the show that takes the slice of life spot in our anime list. It's about a girl called Adachi who is best friends with Shimamura, but in a dream, she witnesses kissing Shimamura. She soon begins to doubt her friendship with Shimamura as she is overwhelmed by the feelings of love. Behind all of that slice of life, Adachi and Shimamura is an anime about coming to terms with your sexuality and relationships. It broaches over some heavy topics, but above everything else, it's about the love story of two girls. Number 12. X-Arm. At number 12 we have Psycho-Pass meeting Ghost in the Shell, more or less, likely because X-Arm talks about police hunts, features cybercrimes, and artificial intelligence in a whole new way. To give a brief about the synopsis, it's about a boy called Akira suddenly dying in an accident, only to be awoken several years later as a completely autonomous artificial intelligence and superweapon known as X-Arm. If not obvious, it's a science fiction anime series with genetically enhanced cyborgs, androids, and of course, technological heists. Number 11. To Your Eternity. There are shows that drive you crazy with hype, and then there are shows that make you binge watch them because of the empathy we develop towards the characters. To Your Eternity follows a mysterious immortal creature named Fushi. He is sent to Earth with no memory, no identity, or no goals for his life. He shapeshifts into objects as well as animals, and his last shapeshifting makes him a dying wolf. Here, he meets a boy who is alone, and it doesn't take long for the two to strike a bond. It doesn't have action or plot twists that would blow your head away, but It will hit closer to your heart as it deals with the issue of what loneliness actually means and how to cope with it. Number 10. Hanyu no Yasahime. Were you a fan of Inuyasha back when it was released? It had been some time since we heard from it, but this fall, we're getting an anime spin-off of the popular title. It is about the adventures of the daughters of Sesshomaru and Inuyasha. Towa and her sister Setsuna are separated by a forest fire, and Towa is sent to the modern-day Japan. The two sisters are reunited after several years, but much to Towa's dismay, Setsuna has lost her memories of the incident that happened years ago. They are joined by Moroha, the daughter of Inuyasha, and the anime follows their adventures as they try to find their hidden past. If you need to get back to that demon-slaying Inuyasha storyline, then this is the perfect spin-off to expect in this season. Number 9. Jujutsu Kaisen. This season's Supernatural Anime Award should go to Jujutsu Kaisen. It is about Yuji Itadori, an unnaturally talented boy living with his grandfather. Even though he has an innate talent for sports, he joins the occult club so he can enjoy his free time. But things change as he meets a sorcerer named Megumi Fushiguro, who warns about a cursed talisman he possesses. But this talisman seems to be a bigger challenge than it seemed, and to protect his friends, Yuji swallows it. Now, with a host of Sukuna released from this talisman residing within him, Yuji becomes a target of many sorcerers as everyone tries to exorcise him. Jujutsu Kaisen knows how to deliver a great supernatural mystery show combined with its regular high school and magic setting. It has one of those unique premises, and it will definitely be a show to keep you hooked through its season. Number 8. Irregular at Magic High School. Yes, the overpowered big brother is coming back again to show everyone in the academy how powerful he is. For the people who are unaware, this anime is about the life of a boy named Tetsuya, who goes into a magical academy as a bodyguard for his sister Miyuki. Tetsuya is considered powerless compared to his sister, but as he unveils his own attacks and tricks, using technical knowledge and unique magic techniques, he slowly turns to the irregular of the academy. The second season adapts the Visitor arc of the light novel with the introduction of several new characters, as well as some deep diving to its complex magic system. And of course, the anime season wouldn't be complete without Tetsuya overpowering every other character in the anime. Number 7. Tonikaku Kawaii. Also known as Fly Me to the Moon, this anime may be the Rent-A-Girlfriend of this season. It happens when a boy is almost killed by our always favorite Truck-kun, but at the last moment is saved by a beautiful girl. No, and that won't happen in the real world, folks. Anyways, our protagonist Naza Yuzaki confesses to her, and the girl agrees to be his girlfriend only if he marries her. That's not the weird part. It comes when the girl appears at his doorstep on his 18th birthday with a marriage form. Of course, things aren't that easy. The anime follows their struggles as they try to develop their rather weirdly started relationship, while many other girls also compete for the attention of Nasa. Call it a harem, call it a peculiar love story, but if you want a good romance anime, I think you should definitely have this on your watch list. Number 6. Is it wrong to pick up girls in a dungeon? Of course, the season wouldn't be complete without an anime adaptation from a light novel with a really long name. Well, if the name's too long, you may remember it as the anime called Danmachi. The first season followed the story of a boy named Bel Cranel, chosen by the goddess Hestia to protect the dungeon. But in the third season, things move into the climax as we meet a mysterious new god who is manipulating the characters according to his own wishes. The previous cast returns back with also some addition of new characters like Ikelos, and Bell faces more challenges as he tries to adapt to his new life. It's one of those isekai that doesn't always rely on the tropes the genre has built so far, and of course, you've got Bell's harem as a bonus if you need it. Number 5. Golden Kamuy Season 3. Even though it has reached its 3rd season, Golden Kamuy is still one of the least talked series among the fandoms. It is surprising because the series is honestly what I would label as a perfect anime. It is based on the manga of the same name, and the 3rd season adopts the rest of its source material. For those who don't know, this anime follows the story of the aforementioned Saichi Sugimoto, a man who spends time as a miner after the Russo-Japanese War, but later joins with a girl named Asurpa in search for a vast amount of gold hidden by the Ainu people. In this new season, Saichi will be searching for Asurpa, while her father's true motives are slowly revealed. As I mentioned, this has some nice action blended in with mystery, so you won't regret checking this one out. Number 4. Haikyuu to the Top Part 2. The anime adaptation of the popular shonen manga returns back with its 2nd season, bringing back its fair share of sports and adrenaline. The original Haikyuu storyline was about a boy named Shoyo Hinata, who is obsessed with volleyball and later makes his own club to prepare for a tournament. Along his way he meets the genius named Kageyama, and the two get together to bring back the name of their fallen volleyball team. The new season got delayed due to the COVID pandemic, but it's returning this fall, and the sports anime fans can finally have their fair share of volleyball this year. Number 3. Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba, the movie, Mugen Train. Enough about anime series. I wouldn't do justice to this video if I don't talk about the most anticipated anime movie this fall, Demon Slayer Mugen Train. The widely popular anime returns back again with its own movie, as Tanjiro and his team now boards the Mugen Train along with the Flame Hashira, Kyojuro Rengoku. Their purpose is to discover the mysterious disappearances happening inside the train, and little do they know, there's one of the 12 Kuzuki named Enmu waiting to spring his trap for them. The Mugen Train arc is one of the most popular arcs in the manga, so if you are an anime watcher, we're sure this will resonate within you. And of course, it's animated by Ufotable, so expect some gorgeous visuals and some battle scenes that will completely blow your mind. Number 2. Higurashi Remake. As an original Higurashi fan who got nail-biting horror, or nail-removing horror, the Higurashi remake was one of the best news I heard this season. The original anime followed Keiichi Maebara, a boy who moves into the Hinamizawa village and gets linked into a mystery that has been plaguing the village for 5 years. Every year at the Watanagashi festival, 2 villagers disappear, one missing and the other dead. Keiichi soon learns that his 4 friends are linked to the mystery and gets dragged into a series of murders and psychological tortures that no one would ever wish to experience. The remake has a bit of a different art style compared to the original anime, but by the looks of the trailer, I do hope it will do the original visual novel justice. So, lock your doors, close the curtains, and keep all the lights on, because you're up for some genuine horror this fall. Number 1. Attack on Titan Season 4. How could I remove the most anticipated anime of this season? No matter which anime forum or fandom you go to, you'll always find a group of Attack on Titan fans speaking of the return of Eren Yeager, who will in turn become one of the greatest anime characters of all time. To keep this manga spoiler-free, I'll simply say that the 4th season is about the Survey Corps' attack on Marley, along with everyone's sweet revenge plot. The trailer also introduced faces of several new characters, and with Studio Mappa taking the lead, we can definitely expect some mind-blowing action, along with some plot twists that will literally turn the community upside down in this new season of Attack on Titan. So grab your Titan gear because this December, you're going to witness Eren Yeager's very final attack. So there you go folks, instead of just 10 anime, you have 20 to expect this fall. Most of these anime will be released in the beginning of October, so keep your eyes peeled for the release dates. Let me know down below in the comments what anime you're hyped for the most, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you won't miss the new video we're releasing next Thursday. Thanks for watching, Anime Geeks, and I'll see you in the next video.